pussy. Question mark. That is a question mark. It's not live being on a mic with your nuts in a vice. We can say what we feel. You know what I'm saying? Being on a mic with your nuts in a vice. We can say what we feel. Oh yeah, motherfuckers, it's not radio, it's Robcast. Radio. Point to your imagination. Yeah, it's jacked up, man. My dirt, it's not gonna go out. It's not gonna sit outside. So there's like, you got a 4-man tent, a big ass tent that you would take to the beach. So I was setting up this tent, and I was thinking to myself, man, setting up a tent out in the hood's a little bit how other people would set up a tent. Affluent people. Like, no, like if this had been missing a leg, I could foresee already, like a fishing pole, duct tape to a spatula, and then the rest of the tent with an extension cord, you know what I'm saying, just to make it work. Oh, so yeah. Oh yeah, and that kind of trips me out too, man. My phone's so fucked up. I got a text message earlier from the future, for reals. I get a text message, right? Look at the time on my phone, it was like something 56. The text message was from something 58. I was like, fuck, man, it should have given me like, man, what could... Now, that opens the door to the question. The question is, if you got a text message from the future, what could be the most valuable information, right, use in 2 minutes? And it can't be something like, hey, you're fixing to get into a car crash and die. But what could somebody in the future, and they only had 2 minutes to text you about, what the fuck could that be that could be so detrimental that it would be like, boom? I don't know. That's my brain's into stuff like that, because I really did. I got this text message, and it was like, from 2 minutes in the future, fuck, and I click on it. And I mean, of course, it was great to get the text. It was awesome. But the point is that I don't think it was actually. Possible. It's 100% possible that I could have gotten a text from 2 minutes in the future. 'Cause that's what my phone said in my part. It's labeled a smartphone, right? We go to it for all of our information. So if you think of what, we'll think about that while I'm talking. Where are we at? Damn, 36 minutes in. Rock and roll. The mics haven't totally dropped out. No other. Like my cousin Terry sending me a text asking me why I'm not at the Lone Star Rally. I'm not at the Lone Star Rally because my motorcycle's jacked up right now in the front, and I've got the system taken apart, because guess what? If you make something go really, really fast, you need to make it stop really fast also, okay? Outside with neighbors. See, it's always good to hang out outside with some neighbors. What's up, neighbors? Chameleonaires. What's up, chameleonaires? What am I saying here, guys? For reals? Text message from the future. What could it be? 2 minutes. If you get a text message, hey, what the fuck, man? And then it's been 10 minutes and you get, oh yeah, that wouldn't work. It'd have to be something that everyone, we live in such a fucking right now society that whenever your text message is like, boom, blam, pss, boom, pss, we get accomplished in 2 minutes what used to take 2 days. Too bad to work on baling the hay. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what? It all comes around full circle. You get in, you get what you give, man. Get what you give. So it just makes me wonder, speaking of using your phone for every single thing, hey, what color is the sky? Are we being programmed? Are we being programmed, you know what I'm saying, by terms and words, thinking about before the internet and the way that we would communicate with one another. And if you needed to talk to your friend, you probably would like call and the phone would ring and ring. You would use your brain and your brain would tell you, hey, what would my buddy be doing right now? What would old Brian Berry be doing right now? And I would say, well, he's probably answering his phone. He could be out at the beach fishing, okay? Depending on the day, whatever. You know, he's not at work, right? You already thought about that. He would have called his house. Well, he's not home. He might have ran to the store. Maybe I'll wait 10 minutes and call him back. Or whatever. Or, hey, I'm going to ride out to his house and talk to others and see where he's at. Or, you know what I mean? You would have to use your brain. You couldn't just go click, clack, clack, and you automatically know what's what. Internet connection lost. Reconnecting. Connection lost. Reconnecting. Internet. Be happy to play. Okay. For the psyche and for the soul, I'm saying, connecting with people, having social interaction, and you know what? Pre-formulated thoughts of bad interactions evolve into bad interactions. If you just think that, I mean, you got to put it in positive thoughts into your brain. You know what I mean? Somebody has a different opinion of you. It doesn't mean that you got to hate on them, or you got to hate them, or you got to throw rocks at them. All you need to do is interact with them and find out why they feel that way. And if you don't like the show, I'm sure, come hang out, be on the show. Tell me why the fuck you don't like it. I mean, damn, we're all human. It's all about being on this little round circle together that could be, you know, I mean, it's definitely just a blink and then we're gone, man. So we might as well do the best we can do with what we got when we got it. You feel me? I'm saying, so are we being programmed? And before we lose it again, I'll try to wrap it up, guys, here in the next few minutes. We'll see what's what, because I got a little hottie bo body that I need to talk to on the phone. Oh, it's 10:48. Rock and roll, guys. We got started a little bit later than I had anticipated. So are we being programmed terms and words? And, you know, I'm saying, like, I'm just going to use an example. Okay, in sales, like whenever selling cars, if someone's selling you a car and one of the strong, they call it, goodness, I don't even know, but I took some old school sales tactics. Like in selling a car, let's say you're test driving a car, and I'm pretty sure it's the car that I think that suits your needs, okay? Might not be the car you want, but it suits your needs. So what I do is, like, we're test driving the car, and whenever we're pulling back into the parking lot of the dealership, right? You, the customer, the person driving the car, will say something like, or actually not like, this exact thing. Ma'am, go ahead and just pull your new car right over there into where the yellow cone, and we'll go ahead and we'll talk about it. And they would normally start shaking their head yes, right? If someone told you your car's a piece of shit, right? Then your referral to that would be, you know what? The sky sure is blue, isn't it? And they'll look up at the sky and it's blue, and they'll say, yeah, it is. About, man, like that Houston Rockets uniform you got on there, man. You must like the old Houston Rockets, huh? But yeah, I sure do. Man, you know what? I like the Rockets myself. So we can agree, right? You and I can agree, right? That the Houston Rockets are a badass fucking basketball team. And you get them to saying yes. You get them to shaking their head yes. And get them used to saying yes to you, right? And that's programming them. That's programming them for the sale of the car. You know what I mean? What I'm saying, I don't know. I like interacting with people in general over the webs. I like interacting with people over the telephone, and I like interacting with people in person. That's the main thing. So people in sales, you know, what they're just in sales, you know, they're getting the customer thinking in terms of ownership. They're getting that customer to think in terms of ownership by asking them, by saying to them, Go ahead and park your car over there. I'm not saying park our car or a car or this red car or park over there. We specifically are programmed to say park your car or your new car right over there. And that's it. And that's all you really have to say. That's all we really have to say. Somebody pull up. I have to throw the on-air sign around where they can see it. What? Anyway, so that's what I'm saying. They're programming you to think in terms of ownership instead of thinking in terms of shopping or looking. They're making you think in terms of a buying right now. And if you tell them it's going to happen anyway, what I'm telling you is the internet in general, since it came out, guys, right? Since the internet came out, smartphones and all that are being programmed. You know what I mean? Because certain things we're accustomed to, they mean one thing, and now whenever we get this whole new electronic way of thinking, and maybe even more millennial perspective, is very refreshing also. It can be. We got to keep the youngins in check also, fellas. You know what I'm saying? However, with that being said, let's just think in terms of the internet in general, okay? We got to think about email or Facebook or any, your Twitter, your home page, your home. Now, when you think just home by itself, you know what I mean? On the internet, there's a little picture of your home, of a house, and that's to go home, okay? So, I mean, that's home. That's, one of those words. That's not sitting here at your home, with your loved one. That's just a term. And like, whenever Facebook came out, like and friend. I've never heard like and friend, those two terms, be used times in the human language. It's because they limit your options. You know what I'm saying? They're making you think about. Just want to make you think about what these words, what these terms, what they really mean. Okay, and what these superficial terms that that are out there, just because that's the only choices that there were. You know what I'm saying? And talking a little bit about freaking human interaction. I was watching the other day. This dude had created. He wanted to get apparently, okay, he's not married. He's a bachelor, probably in his mid. The guy looked like he was in his mid to late 20s. Pardon me, I had to get a little sip of water. So he had to get a Oh, okay, my bad. This dude, a successful businessman, he's in his mid-20s. He's a bachelor and decides he wants to meet the perfect woman. So what he does, he creates this program that hacks. He creates a program that hacks Tinder, and what it does is it just says yes to all of these females, right? I don't remember exactly how he did it, but he hacks Twitter to where he gets he does it to where it automatically sends them an email if it's automatically sends them a text if it's able, automatically returns text or email if it's able, automatically sets up dates for him if it's able to, and sets up meetings in person. And out of this, he says he gets over 150 dates. And after this 150 dates, it goes on to, I think it was Harvey show. And Steve Harvey's trying to help him find romance. So, I mean, that's the difference, guys. There's no chemistry, there's no human interaction with sitting there. Sometimes, guys, out of those 150 dates, how many of those people see at the grocery store or at church or at the flea market or at the mall? And if you bumped into them, would you talk to them? Would you say something? I would. I mean, you never know. But what you do know is normally interacting with someone for a little while, either you click or you don't, and sometimes your neighbors or whatever, they might get on your nerves, but eventually they grow on you, you know what I'm saying? And some of them turn out to be some real motherfuckers. And sometimes like-minded people just kind of butt heads, you know what I mean? It can be kind of interesting. So yeah, the dude created a product, freaking Tinder, and you see how it worked out for him. He's still going on shows, still looking, because probably, and this is just what I'm guessing, instead of looking inside yourself and saying,